Hello and welcome to Knit Rainbow. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are one of my beautiful rays of sunshine, welcome back. Last week I took the week off. My husband and I went traveling, which was really fun. We were actually in South Carolina and Savannah, Georgia, which was absolutely beautiful. It was a little cold. I thought I would be a little bit warmer, but that's okay. We had a wonderful, wonderful time. Let's see. My friend Victoria of Vida Lifestyle came over, and I have some footage of us. A lot of times we makers help each other out, and she was needing help getting samples ready for her collections that she sends out. Now, this collection that she was making something for is her upcoming collection, and we got to hang out together for the afternoon, and I was knitting away on the knitting machine just to get, you know, the bulk of this sweater that she's gonna make in colors of her new collection, which if you haven't gone over, I will link her Instagram in the description box. But it's like the flowers collection, or I don't know what she's calling it. Hold please, let me find out what the heck she's calling it, because it is so beautiful. Let's see. Victoria. Flora Vida. So it's all different colors. I have to hold my finger on it. Oh, I'll try to get a snapshot and put it up there. But go, if you're not following her, go follow. So for my help that day, besides fun conversation and being with another maker, she brought me this color. Look at it. And she brought me 4 of them. Oh God, look it. It's called hydrangea. Hydrangeas are my favorite. They were actually the bouquets that my bridesmaids carried. She didn't know that. Oh, I love it. So I don't know what to make with it. I don't know what to do. I know what she's doing. She's knitting one of my patterns, and she's changing it up a little, and I'm really excited about it. And we were talking about it and how we could mash things up. Originally, she was going to knit an In Bloom, which is this sweater right here, that we worked on 2 years ago together, 2023, and that was a great collab together. So I'm excited to see what she's working on and what it's going to look like. But here's a little footage of what it kind of looks like when we're together. I hope you enjoy it. I received the February installment of Botanical Yarns for her vintage seed packet sock club. Are you ready? Wait, here is the inspiration photo. I really didn't think that when I opened it that it was going to look the way that it looks, and God, I'm so excited. All right, ready? Look at this. I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait. Oh my goodness. I've been scouring my patterns to see what sock pattern would give this justice. I don't want to, I mean, maybe it'll be a vanilla sock because it's so pretty, the light speckle, but I did just watch Summer Lee's latest video, and I, of course, bought the pattern, and we'll have to see. Maybe this is going to become those socks. I don't know, because this is just a light speckling. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I definitely want to use the mini with it. So speaking of Botanical Yarn, so this is the February. I finished the January socks. And speaking of Summer Lee, these are her, I think it's Mermaid Avenue socks. I'll put it up, the name, but look at that texture. While we were away, I was working on one, and the hostess that we were staying with, Marianne. Hi, Marianne, if you're watching this, I had her try one on, and she really liked the way these felt, and I am thrilled that she enjoyed these. So these are not going to be for me. These are going to be a hostess gift for our gracious host when we were staying in Hilton Head. Isn't it great? Aren't they great? I love them. Then I was thinking how sad it was because I was traveling, so don't judge how this looks. I have all of this yarn left from that. And I'm going to see if I can make like shorties, plain shorties. I'm going to see if I could use the leftovers to do a shorty set for the spring. I think that would be really fun. Or I have one other idea up my sleeve, but for now I need to see how much yarn I have left over and make one, and then see if I'm going to have enough, but I should have enough to make shorties. All right, that was the January, and then let me show you again. February was so pretty, but before I dive into any other socks, I have the Cozy Knitter socks in the queue. These are self-striping. The colorway, it was what I bought myself for Valentine's Day, is Hopeless Romantic from the Cozy Knitter. Boop, boop. And wow, everything is just look, this is the skein that came with this, the contrasting skein, and look, this is the socks that I just made. Everybody's just so happy together, aren't they? So I could probably use the leftovers of this. Ooh, that gives me a good idea. Okay. So I will be casting on another pair of vanilla socks to work on. And that is the ones that I'm going to start up with. I am working away. I'm gonna have to leave those up here so that I don't use them. Last night, we just finished the second live Zoom of the Life in Rainbows Knit Along, the Colorwork Knit Along. And I am working on, I'm almost finished with the yoke of my second sample. This is the sample that I kind of knit along while everybody else is. But take a look at that. I'm almost finished. After this, I'm going to film myself trapping floats for both sides, whether you're using the master color or the contrasting color. Everybody has had to use one way, so that was one of the videos, and then now we need it for the end here where we just have one stitch to do. And then there's 13 white stitches. So you need to trap those floats in the back so that you don't have long floats where you would get something caught. So I'm just gonna flash you my floats now because look at how gorgeous it is. It's just as sexy. I think it's so pretty. This yarn is from my friend Tabitha, Long Island Yarn and Farm. And it's going to be a great a great sweater to wear whenever in the winter, but it's going to be a great spring sweater, don't you think, with the colors? I'm very, very excited. Here is my contrasting color. And this is what I have left of the first skein that I'm using. So I was able to do all of this. And I am knitting the size 48 in the pattern. I've had a lot of questions if the pattern is going to be available on Ravelry, and it will, but not until after the knit along is over. Now, on top of the Colorwork sweater, if you didn't want to, take the time for the Colorwork sweater, there is also a cowl, which you can easily make bigger. And there is also a hat. So there's actually a collection of 3 different patterns. The knit along is going on right now. So far, there are 9 technique videos and 2 Zoom videos. And it's just been a wonderful, wonderful community. On Facebook, we have a private Facebook group where everything is put in, and it's been really fun. If you're interested in joining us, there is still time if you'd like to. And there will be a link in the description box below. Along with that, so if there are like specific techniques that I want to go over and I don't want to, and I'm not in that place like with my big sweater, I make a small version, and this is going to be Hank's Colorwork sweater with a folded over collar. Check that out. I can't wait to start the color work on this. So I think that's going to be like my fun project. I'm going to be working on that this weekend. So Hank's will be worked on. I had a couple questions last night during the live Zoom, and this is one thing that I love is that the knitters are asking questions about, well, what happens if this happens? How do I fix it? So this is my gauge swatch for the cowl, and I saved it because I'm going to actually pull this out. And the question from the knitter was, how do I ladder it up? Like, I know how to ladder it up and I know how to follow the chart to do that, but how do I get my floats? Like if I had to trap my floats. And honestly, the answer was last night, let me do a little video on it later, and I don't really know, so I'm gonna play around and do that. So the great thing about the knit along is it's not totally set. Sure, there's things that I'm gonna show people how to do, but the knitters ask questions, and then I'm able to film things and give some extra videos that way. So I really do love to do them. Coming up, I am working on a t-shirt, like a spring and summer top in fingering weight yarn, which is my favorite, from my friend Michelle at Kettle and Hearth. So I am extremely, extremely excited to get started with that. I'm in the pre-planning, I'm in the planning phases with that, but that is another thing that I'll be working on. I will be working on Hank's little sweater, knitting how to fix a mistake in color work. I will be mapping out the sizes and figuring out the swatch for the new t-shirt that's going to come out. And I will be finishing up where I need to go to show the knitters how to split for the sleeves and to kind of, finagle some numbers if they were in between sizes. We had a question last night. One knitter, she said, based on the size of her bust, if she was going to knit a sweater, it doesn't fit her properly because she's narrow in the shoulders. That happens so many times. And the fix for that is to actually start the project with the color work a size smaller than her bust. And then because of the nature of this sweater, the color work is done before you get to the sleeve split. And the sleeve split really is where the largest size is in this sweater. So you can play around there and add extra stitches. So I'm really excited to help people and to show knitters that patterns are like recipes. If you don't like nuts in your banana bread, don't put them in. The banana bread's still going to be delicious, but make it your own. So I call that Franken knitting, where you're going to kind of take two different sizes and mash them up together. I love doing that with patterns and showing knitters the possibility that can happen. I've been teaching a class, Knit to Fit, for a very long time, and it's a great way to show knitters how they can change patterns, especially a top-down pattern, to fit their own body. Maybe to add some short rows where they would need it. Maybe to figure out the right size. I can't tell you how many knitters they knit too large a size and then they get lost in the sauce. You can't really see how beautiful they are because they're draped in way too much fabric. So that is a fun class that I do teach, and I am very excited to announce that I will be teaching at the Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet Art Festival. That will be this August 22nd through the 24th. I will be teaching 5 classes, and I'm just really, really excited to be there. And that Knit to Fit class is going to be one of the classes that I'm teaching. So stay tuned for the Pittsburgh, I hope I'm saying that right. Yep, the Pittsburgh Creative Arts Festival this August 22nd through the 24th. So that's about it for me right now. I'm going to get to work. It is an absolute pleasure to come and see all of you, and I look forward to hearing from you. Let me know, what do you think I should knit with this mohair, this beautiful mohair? I'm thinking of something, but I just want to see if any of you have any ideas. A ranunculus would be beautiful, and maybe I will knit that, but I kind of want to knit one of my patterns, but maybe I won't. I'll have to see. I have 4 of these, so I have plenty of yardage because I'm going to be holding it double. So we'll see. I'm very, very excited about that. But let me know in the comments if you have any ideas for something, or something that you're loving that you're knitting on, and just let me know. All right, friends, I can't wait until we are together again. And until we are together, I hope that when life is hard and days are gray, you knit a rainbow. See you next week.